Hello, I'm Waterstones Children's Laureate Joseph Coelho, and I love poetry, and I think you can love poetry too. Today we are going to turn a photograph into a poem. How, I hear you cry? It is in fact very easy to do. All we need is a large photocopy or printout of a photograph. Black and white is fine, some tracing paper and some different coloured pencils or felt tips. To start with, I'm going to write a short poem inspired by the photograph. There is a ladybird on this photograph and I'm going to look at it and write some notes about what comes to mind to make a word bank for my poem. So when I look at this photograph, words like red come to mind, and dots, because ladybirds have lots of dots, don't they? And black, and creeping and flying. Let's see what else comes to mind. Ready to fly. Ready to fly. Hidden wings, because they have their wings hidden in their shell. Hidden wings. Surprise flyer. What else? As round as a teardrop. That's nice. As round as a teardrop. Dots like pupils. Dots like pupils. Okay, I think I have enough here to write my poem. So I'll put my word bank there so I can refer to it. And let's have a go. Right. As round as a teardrop. I'm going to start with that because I like that. As round as a teardrop. The ladybird waits. The ladybird waits. With its shell of pupils. With its shell of pupils. So I'm getting inspired here by some of the notes I've already made. Ready to gaze into flight. Ready to gaze into flight, because then I've got a bit of a pattern of words relating to eyes coming in. To blink. Ready to gaze into flight, to blink with hidden wings. To continue that symbol through, to blink with hidden wings. A blur of red and black. As round as a teardrop, the ladybird waits with its shell of pupils, ready to gaze into flight, to blink with hidden wings, a blur of red and black. Now that I have the poem, I can write it out again, but this time I will write it on some tracing paper clipped to the photograph. So I've got some tracing paper here, and I'm just going to paper clip it to the photograph like so to keep it in place. I'll try and do a paper clip at each corner to keep it in place. Okay, now this is quite an interesting photo. So I'm going to start with the body of the ladybird and start to write my lines of poetry, changing the shapes of the words and the lines to match the photograph beneath. That means I can make some of the letters very big and curve them. Don't worry too much about the order of the words or lines. Think of your poem as a palette of words that you are using to create a picture. So you'll notice here how I'm using different coloured pencils. Well, I've got a red and a black, but you can use any colours. I'm using red and black because they remind me of the ladybirds. Now I'm going to start to recreate the picture but using the words. So as round as a teardrop, I'm curving my letters to fit the shell of the ladybird. So I'm doing a big as, and then I'll do a little round up here. As round as. You see, I'm curving the letters to fit the shell of the ladybird. As round as a tear drop. And it doesn't really matter about the order of the words. It's about filling the image, about recreating the image with the letters. So you can see here, it's slowly being recreated, as round as a teardrop. I'm going to put in black the ladybird waits up in its head here. The ladybird waits. So as you can see, if I take off the two bottom paper clips, it's already starting to take shape. We're starting to see the image of the ladybird taking shape in words on the page. So I'll just get the rest of the lines in now. And the last line, a blur of red and black. I'm going to put up here a blur of red and black. So here we can see by following the shapes underneath, I'm starting to get a sense of the ladybird in this space, recreated in words. And there we have it, a poem made into a piece of word art. You can do this with any photograph you like. All you need to do is photocopy and enlarge it so that it's about A4 size, or you can do it even bigger and paper clip it to some tracing paper. You could even do it with pictures or photos from a magazine or book. That's the Poetry Power Up sound, which means it's time for an extra challenge for your poem. Get an old photo. It might be of you or your family, maybe from a holiday or a birthday. Get someone at home to print an A4 version of the photo. Black and white is absolutely fine. And then write a poem about your memory of that time. What do you remember? What did you see? What could you smell? Let the happy memories flow. You can then, just like we did today, write it out again on tracing paper, following the lines of the photo underneath, so that you can create your own memory photo poem. Good luck.